Okay, allegedly I have hours of battery life. I doubt it, but we'll see. Holy shit, that's too loud. Okay. Okie doke. Oh, that wasn't real, but whatever, I don't care. I did half the test for a second. Test the audio sound. Alright. Learning C++ on CPP, C++. Guess I'll just lock in, talk about stuff. Oh yeah. I'm gonna write a temporary function really quick to see how temporary objects work. I'm gonna try and use the trackpad instead of clicking because clicking is kind of bad. This is the first video, but the whole point of this YouTube channel is just to keep me accountable for doing at least 2 hours of coding each night. So, what is this? Oh, I'm not even logged into the other one. Oh, whoop. Never mind. Hold myself accountable when I have an alarm set to record every day. I make sure I do it. I need to lock in incremental small improvements, but I still need to do the grind. Okay, we want just a little function that'll do some easy stuff. And character output. We'll have a function named multiply by 3, 4, and then end the line. We'll do a function that returns an integer. It's called multiply by 5. Int. Cool. And this returns 5 times. And we'll just whatever. And character output and so in it. This is a waste. The whole purpose of this is just showing I don't have a variable here yet. I'm somehow storing the value that's returned by this function. I'm putting it somewhere so that I can output it. What? Isn't it? Oh, it's just a 5. Yeah, it is. Yep. Yeah, just 1. Cool. So basically, what happens here is we don't have a variable yet. So this executes, there's no variable, there's no scope or anything. Call this guy, pass 4 as the integer. Rather, this value is copied into this integer, which is created and instantiated. It's given a place in memory right here. And then it just returns 5 times whatever it is. In this case, it got the value of 4. 5 times 4 is 20, and it returns 20. But it returns 20 to somewhere, and then it outputs it and ends the line. Somehow. How? Either it's the new C++ of 17, where it just directly outputs this, or there may be a temporary value here. Can I just do that? Oh, that's cool. Oh, dang. added as a temporary value, or you just output the whole thing. That's not where I want that. What is this shit? No idea what that is. I don't need these. Okay, that's fine. We'll do that. Alright. So, got temporary objects and got scope. I understand, I think. Local scope, rather, a little bit. Block scope. It makes sense. Not only can I make something and reuse it later, so I don't have to hard code something twice. I just make it once and then put it in. But we can also make the thing more understandable. Shrink larger pieces, or move them somewhere else into another file, and then just call them. Yeah, true. Oh, true. That's cool. Oh yeah, I could just include it as a header file, I guess. And pass things in. Ooh, and then maybe my IDE knows that header. And that helps me autofill. That'd be cool. Freaking dude, allergies these past few days. Nose has been cracking up. It's like the skin itself is cracked and I have to get it out. Damn, it's annoying. Yeah, because we have it in one spot, use it twice. Instead of having put in 3 lines and then do that a couple times, but only one of the 3 lines is novel each time. Having to create a new variable and write it all out to output it instead of just having a function that automatically creates the value and returns it. Yeah, because once the functions work, that's a section of the code not affected by other things that I don't have to test again because it's made. I make a function that prints something and then I adjust other stuff within main. I don't have to go and check the print thing. Whereas if I had it in main, then I would have 100 lines I'd have to check versus if I put it outside of main. Maybe now it's only 98. So just 3 lines, I guess. Maybe 4. Because it is a variable that's list initialized, or direct list initialized, value initialized, same shit. And then get the input, return the input, 3 lines. Okay. Extensibility, what do you mean extending it? Just go and update the function? True. Yeah, if I'm using the function at a bunch of different spots. Just say it's a function that plays an animation. And the function previously just played the animation and then immediately returned stuff. I need to add a delay so that it waits for the animation to finish, then returning stuff. Maybe it returns the position of the player. So, say it's like, I don't know, a guy teleports. There's a guy and his buddy, and guy A, guy B, guy A has some teleportation ability, and has some sort of like radio communication, or some kind of GPS thing that in his mind that tells his buddy where he's at. Well, if I have a function to tell the buddy where he's at, I have to wait for the animation to finish, because if I tell him where he is as the animation starts, and then he like charges up and then teleports, then it would pass the value to his buddy too early. But if I update in a function, if I update within the function, anywhere the function's already listed within the source, it's updated the second I update the function. That's cool. So I don't have to go and re-add it to multiple places. I just update the same thing. I update A, and A is instantiated a whole bunch of times in the code, so I don't have to go into each instance and update it. That makes sense. Or they wouldn't even be instances, they would just be unique pieces, unique codes. I want to just turn the time off. Guess I need to go taskbar real quick. I don't want to see it, man. This AI is so fucking terrible. So much better. Cool. Oh, where it lives so that I can get it. Okay. Because if it's a header, I have to include the header. And if I've included the header, and it's a function that's within a class, then I have to use the inheritance operator to get that. So if it's the class, and the class is called car, and car has a function called getColor, then I would do car inheritance operator getColor. Okay. Apparently I'm supposed to use glasses. Get them on. for the eye health, so that way in a year I can go and check my eyes again. See if we're cool. I'd rather just pay $1,000 and fix them, but yeah, I'll do that. I'll see what. If I could get the $50 back on this and then just drop 900 and then have perfect eyes again, I would do that shit for sure. But I don't know what circumstances. I don't know what problems LASIK solves. These glasses are annoying because I lose depth perception completely. I mean, like a lot. I mean, I know where things are, but not nearly as well. Okay. Makes sense. Don't need to know how it works or other stuff. Yeah, because maybe this function calls other functions and does all this other stuff. And if I had coded that within the actual program, I'd have to maybe jump all over the place. I mean, not necessarily. Oh, well, yeah, if it's not a function, it has code that gets values from other places. I might have to jump through some hoops for it to actually work, but maybe not. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because right now I don't really know what the heck character output or character input send and count do. C out and CN do. I know what they do, but I don't know all the info and whatnot inside them. It's right there. There we go. Okay. That makes sense. Well, yeah, mainly. Really? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. You can see it, understand it better. Also true. Yes, it was. You'll have to worry about remaking it later. Or just putting it in the code again. Just make it once. Not even a quiz? Wow. True. They have two functions. One takes the input from the other. Because the way of calculating one is complicated, and then at some point, there's just too much shit going on. That's cool. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, true. Yeah, I'll make that. Mm. Excuse me. Mm. It's gonna give me errors saying that it doesn't know these identifiers because it doesn't. Turn the AC up while that's going. Yep. Doesn't know any identifiers. That's cool. So we'll get one. Make them. First we'll do return an integer. Player input. Doesn't have an input, so just returns. This is one output. And we'll say value initialize it to 0. Oh shit, the fan. That's probably better. Okay. Now we want to get the input. Turn input. We want to modify it. We'll return. Sorry. Int modify their input. And it takes an integer called input. And we'll do, how are we going to modify it? We'll do return input times 5 minus 2. Should only have 1 now. Oh, I guess it tells me before. That's pretty solid. And then we'll print. So. Takes one integer. So we're printing an integer with this. Be more specific. Cool. And we'll just do okay, we want a period to end the sentence. Cool. So we could combine some of these into different functions, but we could have one function that calls this guy, gets this, and then gets this. So for now, it's 3 separate functions. We're getting a variable, an integer, modifying it, printing it. So we'll do 5, and it comes out with 23. So it looks like it's multiplying by 5 and then subtracting 2. Yeah. Cool, and then we'll get another function, and we'll just call it. Doesn't return anything. Do thing. Doesn't get anything either. Oops, this weird. What is it gonna do? It's gonna get player input. And we'll just say it has variable x. And we'll list initialize it. That. And after we will modify player input x. And then we will print integer. Just like that. X. Oh, so this should be better. This should be better. Because if we do that, that's not going to, this is just going to calculate a value. It's just like saying x plus 3. We didn't do x equals x plus 3. So this should actually just be modify player input. And let's just do modify player input x. Cool. Oh, we're not using it yet. What? This does not work? Maybe not. Do thing. What? Oh, because. What? No? Oh, it's because I'm doing the thing before. I haven't technically learned this yet, but the compiler doesn't know that these functions exist yet, because this is a compile error, not a runtime error. It doesn't know. So. 100, and it'll be 498. Yeah. Okay. Alright, that makes sense. Yeah. Make a different function to do each thing. One function. gives me a value. We could say gives value. What is it? Well, get the player input. What does this do? Oh, forgot I did these the other way. This is well, I mean these are stupid. We'll just do because the function name is already descriptive enough, so cool. But I already see that too. What would be a really good function name? We just say new player input. Modify player input. What the fuck is that? Need to play. Alright. Or need to output player input. Outputs player input from nothing. Yeah. This is much better. Alright. Hmm. $6,203. That was way too slow. It was too easy. Hey. One task rule of thumb. Alrighty. Do I have any quizzes for this? Cool, big quiz. Oh. Nice. 4 declarations and definitions. I get to learn literally what just happened. Where you have to give a definition of a function. I guess you call that the forward declaration. Yeah, that's what you call it. The forward declaration. So you declare the function first, and then you define it later. It's kind of like defining variable x. Because if you do that, it does default initialization, which is just, it gives it a freaking location in memory. And if there's a value in that spot, well, good luck, buddy. Good luck. You don't know what value you get. Maybe you get 0, maybe you don't. Who knows? What you think, Copper? Hey, sweet boy. He's so good. A good boy. Okay. So in this case, it's going to say, yo, bucko, add ain't a thing. Unidentified. Or it might just say undeclared. I'll probably say undefined because it hasn't been defined. But unless it's smart enough to see the function and see and then tell you. But mine wasn't. It just said undefined. That's why I was confused for a sec. Oh. And you'd think it would be some of this is call this function, pass the value of, copy the value of 3, copy the value of 4, return 7. But you can only return down this way, motherfucker, because it's sequential. This ain't no dang quantum. And even if it was, it'd still need to be sequential now. It needs to know this to do this, so if they happen simultaneously. Yeah, it's like I have water in one hand and a ball in one hand. It's like if I have milk and lemon, and I need to drink the milk only once I've drunk lemon juice. The milk needs to be coated in acid in order to get to my stomach. Fully coated in acid. Each little droplet needs to be coated in acid before it gets to my stomach so that it's cool with the acid there. Otherwise, the base in the stomach will jack up. So even if they happen at the same time, what are the odds that that first droplet gets fully coated before it goes? Maybe, maybe not. So it still needs to be sequential. But nope. Identifier not found. Yep, sequential. He don't know, yo. He don't know. Okay, I'll just pause there so we can upload multiple videos.